A very good morning, Team Zimbabwe. Mamuka say, Mamuka say, Mamuka say. Welcome to Africa and Beyond Television Network. And my name is Ronald Wekwamakusha. This morning, we want to answer this question. Was Nelson Chamisa paid by USA to discredit the just ended Zimbabwe elections? And my answer is no. We are going to explain, but let us get to this report from Newsday. And I find this report misleading because on its own, it can't be proven by anybody. Newsday here is put a report where they say the Zimbabwe Information Center has claimed that Nelson Chamisa led opposition CCC Zimbabwe Party was paid by the United States government to discredit the August 23 to 24 elections. Is that true? No, that is not true and will never be true. So we are going to take a look on how Nelson Chamisa's party was funded, how Nelson Chamisa's party is being financed, or who is funding Nelson Chamisa's party. That is very important for us to explore. Remember, there were several campaigns which were done online by Zimbabweans in the diaspora, locally. They conveyed and donated a lot of money to President Nelson Chamisa. Number one, he started with his own car. His own car was funded by the citizens, by the people. They donated and the car was bought. All these elections, Nelson Chamisa was traveling with a most safe car, a secure car. Nobody knows how he got that car except the citizens who participated, partnered, and paid for that. Secondly, all the elections in Zimbabwe, there were donations which were being made by citizens, especially the citizens in the diaspora. They played a bigger role in terms of making sure that there was regalia, making sure that there were posters, there were flyers, and making sure that the party was moving ahead, was moving forward. They even participated in sourcing funds for agents. All was done by the people in the diaspora. If Nelson Chamisa was funded elsewhere, there was no need for citizens to converge to fund their own party. But they converged and funded the Triple C. Why? It's because Nelson Chamisa had no alternative funding. So for those who are saying Nelson Chamisa was paid for him to discredit the election results, my question is, what stopped the same USA from funding Nelson Chamisa's party before the elections? What stopped them? They would have funded Nelson Chamisa's election than to fund his denial of the election results. I don't get the logic. Whoever brought this report shows that logically is unfit to think. Because how can you make such claims to say USA is paying blah, 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 blah? Another question is, how much can Nelson Chamisa be paid for him to do that? Why does he need to be paid for him to accept a false result? In the rural areas, people were frog-marched to vote for ZANU-PF, force-marched to vote ZANU-PF. There are certain people who are my relatives who were told, never associate with this person if you want your freedom. That was being done, broad daylight. So how can we accept such results? How can we accept such an election? I don't need to be paid by anybody to tell the truth. This election was an election which was not an election. I don't need anybody to pay me. We don't need anybody to pay us to say, accept this result or deny this result. Maybe if Nelson Chamisa had accepted the results, logically we could say so. But he is actually denying these results and saying these results do not reflect the will of the people. And that's the honest truth. These results do not reflect the will of the people. It doesn't need anybody to pay you. So those who come with false narratives and who come and lie to the people that Nelson Chamisa has done A, B, C, D, so as to try and discredit him, that is wrong. Zimbabweans funded this election wholeheartedly, and the position remains as such. And truthfully, the leader himself, President Nelson Chamisa, appreciates every person who participated in this election, who funded this election. And these are Zimbabweans who did it. So for somebody to just come from Norway to claim Kuti Nelson Chamisa was given money. Okay, how much was he given? How much did he get? Because when you say Nelson Chamisa was paid, you must go further. And number one, show us the invoices. Yakabhadharwa ichiiswa mubank account ipi? Kana kuti akaipiwirwa kupi mari yacho? Ichimbori mari yaakapiwa. So only failures who run this propaganda and who try to discredit Triple C. This election is never acceptable. Election ekuti Harare, where the headquarters of Zimbabwe Electoral Commission are, which was the distribution point of ballot papers, but Harare failed to get the ballot papers. Just imagine, Team Zimbabwe, you are in a queue. You want to get SADA and you are in a queue. And the last person gets SADA before you. How does that work? How can somebody who is last get a plate of SADA? While the person on number one akatotarisana nesadza racho achishaya? How do you justify that if it is not fraud? How did Harare fail to get ballot papers in time? People voted late, others voted on the 24th, and it's everywhere. Okay, who paid the Zimbabwe Electoral Commission not to provide ballot papers for Harare, for Manicaland, for Bulawayo? Who paid the Zimbabwe Electoral Commission to do that? Because you cannot tell me about logistical challenges in Harare. Because the accessible roads in Harare, every polling station was accessible in Harare. Even in the rural areas, every polling station was accessible. But they were far. They got the ballots in time. But ku Harare, ku stronghold, kwakashayikwa maballots. Nobody in a right mind will call this an election. That was a clear fraud. Isingatombodi kana upuwa kana dhora kana 10 cents kuti uzvione kuti this is fraud. Okay, why is Zimbabwe Electoral Commission refusing to publish polling station-based results on their website? They have their website, Zimbabwe Electoral Commission. They simply need to go there, publish the exact polling station-based results for the sake of transparency, for the sake of showing the world how President Mnangagwa won this election. They can simply do that, but they don't want. But everybody will come and blame Nelson Chamisa, akapiwa mari, akabhadharwa, this, that. How? Everybody will come and tell you Nelson Chamisa did A, B, C, D. All these things which are listed, the name which is appearing is of Nelson Chamisa. Where is Maduku? Where is Monzora? Where is Valerio? All these people participated in this election, but they're not being labeled. The only name they can name and label is Nelson Chamisa. Why? It's because they know for sure that they stole this election from Nelson Chamisa. And they know for sure that the citizens of the Republic of Zimbabwe shall redeem Zimbabwe one day. That is the reason why they're trying to discredit Nelson Chamisa, so that people will say Nelson Chamisa is serious. But enough is enough. We are not in Stone Age period where you could just say whatever you want and nobody. So Freeborn raises the issue of flyers dropped by FAS in opposition strongholds. Yes, who printed those flyers? Aitarota kuna election. Who did that? So we have never seen an investigation. We've never seen anybody arrested for printing and distributing those flyers, but they are known, those people. But you see headlines blaming Nelson Chamisa. Nelson Chamisa wakabhadharwa wakazodai. Inini, I always ask vanhu vari kuti hanzi a Western sponsored political party. Triple C yanga ine mota ngani dzemusangano? Because everyone was using his own car. People sourced their own cars. People were using their own cars during these campaigns. ZANU-PF, every MP yangane mota emsangano. Who funded those cars? Who bought those cars? But right now, you see, Nelson Chamisa had no, his MPs had no cars sponsored by the party. They sponsored themselves. So if America was there, if the West was there funding the opposition, taishaya mota kuma MPs. Hati tingada takaenda MP na MP ane motkari, kansela na kansela ane motkari the campaigns from the party. But because it's not there, these are just accusations which are being placed on Advocate Nelson Chamisa. ZANU-PF knows for sure that they don't have any evidence of Nelson Chamisa getting any cent from any Western government. They know for sure that they don't have any piece of evidence, because if they had, they would have arrested him, they would have used that against him. If Nelson Chamisa had received money from anywhere, ZANU-PF needed not to rig elections. They would have just used the electoral law against Nelson Chamisa, which deals with the political party financing, which prohibits parties from getting money from other governments. They've done that for a very long time, but they can't, because they know for sure that he didn't get any cent from anywhere. So, Team Zimbabwe, this is my view, and I believe that we've clarified that. I don't believe that anybody needs to pay Nelson Chamisa for him to tell the truth. You don't need money for you to tell the truth, except if you are not honest. Like ZANU-PF people, they are not honest, so they need money for them to actually do propaganda. Martha, thank you very much for coming. Solomon, thank you very much. Radson, Freeborn. Thank you very much, Team Zimbabwe, for the contributions. I love you all. Keep on subscribing, keep on liking, keep on commenting, so that we grow together. And we continue giving you live updates each and every day, taking a look on key issues which are happening in the nation of Zimbabwe, particularly what is happening in the politics of the Republic of Zimbabwe. So let us remain resolute, and let us remain committed to the process of change. I know that one day change will come to the nation of Zimbabwe. Thank you very much for the support. Let us meet in other episodes and other broadcasts.